Hello and welcome back, Transformer TCG fans. This is Grillenheimer. Just had a very big sneeze. So we are going to continue in the undisclosed chapter characters. We're going to go over the 3 water tanks yet again, but these are finalized. They've been recolored, except for one, who I felt looked perfectly fine. I might add, since I got to go in and add the building trait to these again for their alt modes. So now we'll have a total of 5 building traded characters with this new trait, which is going to help bring up to the front 2 upgrades or 2 battle cards where I do highlight the building trait with mounted turrets, which is an orange pip armor that gives +1 for defense, but also acts as an armed hovercraft when the mounted turrets are put on either a Titan, Guardian, or Planet. All 3 of these water tanks are all Guardians. And while the other one is the Lookout Telescope, if you remember, which is a white-orange utility with +1 to attack, put on buildings only, and it gives them focus 1. So maybe these guys want to be in a more aggressive orange pip decks. I don't know, but that's the only 2 upgrades that I have entertained the building trait. So let's get into these guys super quick. I need to get back to work. Captain Catwalk. He's that one as of right now. The foundation looks okay. I left the cartoon trees in. It is another cartoon character on a realistic background. People in the custom page on Facebook weren't crazy about that. So I may go back, and I can't find some of these original artwork to be able to recolor, make a whole new image, and put it on a new background. I can't find them. And so, and with my also lack of time of recoloring these again, especially Catwalk's alt mode here. Excuse me. This is the worst time of year for my sinuses. I do apologize. So there's that. And this is, if you remember, Captain Catwalk is kind of a tribute to my own dad, who used to work for a water tank company. So CA&T on here is not short for Catwalk. It's actually sort of CB and I, but it's actually CA&T. It's the first letter of the names of me, my son, and my dad. Okay, so that's that whole idea of this character that I'm kind of pouring into a little bit of family history, etc., etc. So anyway, but he's an overseer. He's building, leader, guardian, melee. 10-star character. 2 of these are 10-star characters. Stats are 2, 14, and 1, and 5, 14, and 2 in bot mode. Let's take a look at this. Now, originally, I had the win the flip on the bot side. I've changed it. It's now on the alt mode. He does have tough 1 in alt mode. When you flip to this mode, each other Autobot, each of your other Autobot that you control has bold 1 until end of turn. So he's the leader. While he has the Matrix of Leadership equipped, he has Brave. So if he is giving your other characters +1 to attack and Pierce 1, whatever, It's also going to put attention on him because he does have more health than the other two as well. But altogether, their total star count is 29. If you're playing with 25 stars only, you're not going to be able to play all three of them at the same time. But we'll see. Let's keep going. Each of your other Autobots you control has bold 1. So he's not going to get the bold, but your other characters can get the bold. And while he has the Matrix equipped, he has Brave. That is for both sides. Originally, the Matrix, getting Brave from the Matrix was only one-sided, but it's like, that needs to be both sides. In bot mode, when we flip him over, when this attacks, and at least orange are flipped. So, yeah, an improvised shield, boom, can give that to you. It is the improvised shields that are double orange, right? Yeah. Are flipped. You may do 1 damage to this. You may. You don't have to. If you do, it has Pierce 3 until end of turn. So you may have to damage him, and if he's got the Matrix, he's going to have Brave. He's going to get damaged anyway, possibly as well. So now his bot mode artwork here is on the background of the '86 movie at the Battle of Autobot City. So if you're attacking, you flip, at least, and it doesn't even have to be 1 card with orange. It can be 2 separate orange pip cards. You do 1 damage to Catwalk, give him Pierce 3. Okay, but you don't have to. And there's that. And in bot mode, he's got the leader trait, the guardian trait, and the range trait. So there's a lot of traits here. Sergeant Sealer. I'm running out of time. Sergeant Sealer is a specialist, a guardian, and a building. He's a 9-star character with 2-12-2 in alt mode, 3-12-1 in bot mode. So he's a water tank. He is kind of a very large character. He's going to have some non-attack opportunities here, and I guess that's why his stats are really low for even a 9-star character. Even for a 9-star character. Maybe I should have given him a little more health as well, but he does have bold 1 in alt mode. After this defends, do 1 damage after battle to the attacker for each orange pip your opponent flipped for attack. So I think I keep changing this. I'm gonna have to cut after this defends. So we don't need to say after battle. So after this defends, do 1 damage to the attacker for each green pip your opponent flipped for attack. I think that's going to be fine. Okay, that's my final text. After 4 times of doing this and trying to get this right, I think that works. You can do up to 2 damage to the attacker this way. So if they flip 3 green pips in their attacking Sealer in this mode, if you decide to do that, he does have a little better defense that way. Again, not a whole lot of defense, not a whole lot of attack for a 9-star large-ish character. Maybe I'm doing these guys an injustice. Let me know. You're only going to be able to get up to two non-attack damage back on the attacker after this defense, as long as your attacker flips green pips. Okay, so there is that. He is the loyal retainer. He's a sergeant, so we have a captain, we have a sergeant, and we just have Waterbolt. But Sergeant Sealer, let's flip him over to bot mode. And again, both modes, the background is realistic. I apologize. I thought I had one of him on Cybertron. Apparently not. He's still a specialist and a guardian in bot mode. He is the specialist of the 3. I might be able to. I might add some. This doesn't look finished. I might add some highlights to him on the post side of things. He does have his stats are 3, 12, and 1 in bot mode. Still not very great. A tough one. When this attacks, for each orange flip for battle, this gets additional +1 to attack for battle. Or should it be for turn? So we don't need to say battle in here twice. When this attacks, for each green flipped for battle, this gets additional +1 to attack until end of turn. No, it does need to be for battle. It does need to be for battle, not end of turn. Scraplets don't work with either player. I think. Okay. Him not being able to preventing your opponent from playing scraplets, or even you the player as well if you use scraplets whatsoever. I think they're a nice card. I do like scraplets. So he can have more attack than just 3, especially mentioning those other 2 upgrades that I made that are both orange pip cards. So if you want to get some orange and green pip cards mixed in, especially all those cards that we had in wave 4, wave 3, that are really playing with upgrades and scrapping upgrades when they're scrapped, etc. All those the enforcement batons and everything are really going to help these guys, and it's really going to help Sergeant Sealer, because there is no limit here. So he doesn't have bold, he has tough. So if you get flamethrower, maybe brass knuckles, a supercharge, or whatever, really get a lot of bold in here with him, and even get flip a white, be able to flip some more, and every 2 green pips you're flipping is going to add to his overall attack. Something to think about. Waterbolt is the ranged character. He's going to be ranged on both sides now. Captain Catwalk was not. He was melee on one side and ranged on the other. Every time I tried to do this video, I get interrupted. Where were we? Waterbolt, Water Protector. He's the ranged character. That's right. He's ranged on both sides. He's a ranged guardian in building in alt mode. He's the other 10-star character like Catwalk, but his stats are a little lower. 3, 12, and 2 in alt mode. 5, 13. 3, 13, and 2 in alt mode. 5, 13, and 1 in bot mode. But we're looking at his alt mode. When this defends against a plane or spaceship, do 1 damage to the attacker. So while Sergeant Sealer may be able to get some cheeky non-attack damage on your opponent, on just simply the attacker, and you can get more than 1, up to 2, defending in alt mode. Waterbolt can do that, but only with planes or spaceships. Like an air attack, but not seekers, but planes and spaceships. But it's only do 1 damage. Do we have other characters that can do this? Yeah. Playing around with moving damage and attack damage. Now, almost did it with moving damage with Sergeant Sealer, but I didn't. It's just attack damage. Maybe I should have done move. I don't know. Maybe that may have been a little too strong. But with Waterbolt, it's again specific traits. So if your opponent is playing with something completely different, like all stun cons or predacons or maximals or whatever, etc., a combiner of some sort, then you may not want to have flip him to his alt mode. You may just want to keep flipping Catwalk to be able to give your other Autobots, whoever they are. You could have Catwalk Captain Catwalk and Waterbolt and Flame War all together. Boom, 25 stars. So things to think about: ranged, guardian, and building. Non-attack damage when defending, and flip him over to bot mode. His stats, like we've already said, 5, 13, and 1. Ranged and guardian. He's a water protector. When this attacks, and at least green black are flipped. So yeah, we have cards easily that are green black, like our metal protector, metal detector, excuse me, metal detectors, etc. He's going to get +1 to attack until end of turn. So it's just a 1. It's not, like 2 greens for every 2 greens, not like Sealer. But you can move his base from 5 to 6, etc. when he's attacking, and you at least flip that. I think he looks the best. He was the last one that I actually highlighted and shaded and recolored. I might touch up Catwalk, especially his bottom part. It's pretty obvious. It's just marker. And maybe Sealer looks okay. Sealer's bot mode. I thought I redid this, but it looks like I did try doing some, but I might do some more because it looks like I could have sworn I had already. I'm gonna add some highlights and shading on Sealer for sure. So those are our 3 water tanks. They all have the building trait in alt mode. I'm going to have to add that on the post before I can upload this video. In the meantime, they all do add up to 29 stars. Waterbolt is 10, Catwalk is 10, Sealer is 9. Waterbolt has 13 health, Sealer has 12, Catwalk has 14. Triple tanked. Triple tanked is a stratagem. It's going to allow you to play all 3 of these guys together if you want to. This may be too strong, but the triple tanked does not have a star. It has -4D on here. What does that mean? Well, triple tank, Captain Catwalk, Sergeant Sealer, and Waterbolt. When all these 3 characters are on your starting team, spread 4 damage between the 3 characters. So their health totals 39. So take 4 away, it's going to be 35. So it's going to be more on along the lines of a smaller combiner team, you could say. Instead of 36 to 40, it's just 35, and you're gonna have to do 4 damage across all 3 of them to be able to put all 3 of them on a team. I have been hearing something strange, and I don't know what it is. But that's triple tanked. And the 3 water tank characters and that's going to allow you to open up cards like Lookout Telescope. Okay, that was my hand, shadow of my hand, which is white and orange to give buildings focus and +1 to attack from a utility side. Mounted turrets is an orange pip armor that gives +1 defense. Did you hear that noise? It's coming from. I hope there's not some sort of critter inside. How would it get in there? In this filing cabinet, metal filing cabinet. I don't know. And I checked around this earlier. And mounted turrets acts like armed hovercraft, except this is more of an armor with +1 in defense, orange pip, but it's only gonna, when you put this on a Titan, Guardian, or Planet, do 1 damage to each enemy. So that's mounted turrets, if you remember that. we'll see you next time. Hopefully, I'm not about to have some sort of critter come after me. Excuse me. I guess I'm stressing out of whatever this is over here. We'll see you next time. Don't have a great day. Have a blessed day. Have a happy Thanksgiving. It's just 2 days away as the time of this recording. We'll see you next time. I gotta find out what this is. Autobots, flip out and let's roll.